Here with Coach Kiracofe. What do you say? Northwestern against Nicholls, I guess, this year. It's kind of how it's shaped out, at least in the fall. 3-2 win tonight, fifth set victory, another one this year. What? Tell me about the match, Coach, because it was another wild one.
It was wild, but in different ways, of just the way we needed to kind of make some adjustments to come back. There was a lot of aspects of our game that we do well that we just didn't see tonight. But then, I mean, we still found a way to win, obviously. So I'm happy about that. And, I mean, I'll take the win.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Any way you can get it.
Yeah.
Before we get into maybe some of the offensive changes, some of the struggles maybe, talk to me about the defense, because it really seemed like they gave us an opportunity all night long, whether it was Ashlyn, Simone, Laura, anybody who was on that back line, keeping the ball out, keeping plays going, really all night.
They did. They played really well. So Nicholls has a lot of different offensive options that can do different things with the ball. They can move it around. Now, when we saw them the last time, they were efficient one way, and when we forced them a different way, they would make some errors for us, and they've got some easy points. And credit to them, they were much better this match here. And it wasn't just them being passive either. I mean, they were being aggressive down the line, cross, and mixing in shots as well. But that's a long way to lead into defensively. They had to work really hard. And there was a lot of adjustments coming from us of like, okay, now we're taking this way, now we're taking this way. Now we had to switch back and forth. So they had to work really hard to get what they got. And like you said, kept giving us opportunities. And while we weren't necessarily very efficient offensively tonight, I mean, it showed up when we needed it the most, and that's all you can ask for.
Yep. Speaking of offense, kind of an off night for the outsides. Bree and Simone, not generally their best performances this evening, but continuing to find the offense in different spots. And like you said, Reagan moving around and just getting what you need when you needed it.
Yeah, I mean, well, if you take away the last part of the fourth and the last part of the fifth, we definitely had, it sounds awful, but I mean, it was the worst offensive performance by both Simone and Bree, and that, I know that sounds bad, but stick with me.
Relatively speaking.
They turned out positive again when it mattered the most, and that's all I'm concerned with. And you don't want to do that to yourself too many times, but again, I credit to them. Fantastic job of having a night that they didn't necessarily want to have, but when we needed them to produce, they absolutely did. And while we got much more of our offensive production from different areas, and we absolutely needed that tonight, when we needed something from them, they made it happen, and they put us in a position to win. It was just everybody else got us, into that fifth set.
It's just we got, I guess, maybe so complacent with their ability.
Yeah, I mean, that's just it.
Really
I mean, it does need to be said. They have done so much for us all year, where it's like they can have a night, and I'd rather them not bowl, but you can have a night, and it was what it was. And again, the bottom line is they scored when we needed them to, and that allowed us to win the match. And then everyone else, Jordan, Reagan, Treva came in and did fantastic. Perry was good, and Addison, I mean, had a really good night offensively. And so, I mean, that group allowed us to get in a position to win, and then, Simone and Bree did it when we needed it.
What was the maybe the difference, or what was the key in that fifth set? I mean, we were down big. I mean, we're down, I think, almost double digits at one point. To make that 9-1 run, I mean, it was just, what went into that?
Man, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, obviously and we said this, I believe, on Monday, when we now have a list of things that you can go back on throughout the season and say, we pulled it out in this set, we pulled it out in that match. The way we came back in the fourth against Nicholls, just last week. It's like, just give yourselves a chance and you can do it. And it's a group that believes that they can.
Well, certainly exciting tonight. How do we take this into Saturday, not wanting maybe a letdown that could possibly happen after such a dramatic and thrilling win?
I mean, it's unpredictable. We're winning these close ones. So I don't necessarily think that this is a group that is going to be put too much into this win to where there is a letdown on Saturday. I don't believe so. And now what's different is that, Commerce is going to throw us some different challenges that we got to figure out, especially not having ever seen them before, ever. But I just think that this group is good about taking each match one at a time, and we should be good and ready to go on Saturday.
All right, thanks so much, Coach.
Thank you.